Hello, Asbasa. Shall I start the event?
Please start. Nosheen,
Hello,
please
everyone.
start.
Hello, everyone. So, my name is Nausheen Shan, and I'm the a student of Aligarh Muslim University, currently pursuing bachelor's in community sciences from the Faculty of Agricultural Sciences from the same AMU. So, first of all, uh, let me tell you guys about the Aligarh Renaissance. The Aligarh Renaissance actually was initiated in 2014 when a group of friends came together with the intention of giving back to society. A team of youth who have a passion of social service and compassion towards the sufferings of the disadvantaged sections of the society came together and formed the Aligarh Renaissance. They were inspired by the thought and philosophy of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, the founder of the Aligarh Muslim University. Aligarh Renaissance is a distinguished NGO with a global footprint boasting 7 international chapters in the USA, Netherlands, Canada, Italy, Qatar, UAE, and Saudi Arabia. In India, we have a strong presence in Aligarh, Agra, Bareilly, Delhi, and Pilibhit. Currently, Aligarh Renaissance have 8 international chapters, ladies and gentlemen, and we have 800 members, which are available in 65 districts. The Aligarh Renaissance is registered under the Societies Registration Act, that is 1860 to 7 Second Act. We are also recognized by several governmental bodies, Niti Aayog, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, etc. So, guys, today's speaker is Mr. Afzal Usmani sir, who serves as the chair of the scholarship committee at the Aligarh Alumni Association in Washington, D.C. He is a senior principal in a leading aerospace and defense company in the USA and a distinguished alumnus of Aligarh Muslim University. With a prominent role in his professional Mr. Usmani has made significant contributions to the aerospace and defense industry. His expertise and leadership have established him as a respected figure in the sector, showcasing the potential of AMU graduates on an international stage. Beyond his professional achievements, Usmani is deeply committed to the revival of the Aligarh movement, a mission inspired by the vision of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. As a true follower of Sir Syed's legacy, he works tirelessly to promote educational opportunities and foster a spirit of intellectual and social advancement within the community. So, let me tell you guys about the scholarship program which is to be given to the students. Can you please switch off your microphones, everyone? Please mute yourself. Hello, Asbasa. Kindly mute everyone.
Yes, muted.
So, the Aligarh Alumni Association, Washington, D.C., is proud to announce the award of 371 scholarships to support students at Aligarh Muslim University in India. This scholarship program is designed to provide financial assistance to observing and meritorious students, helping them achieve their academic goals and contribute positively to society. Each scholarship is actually worth 15,000 Indian rupees. All 371 scholarships are open to all currently enrolled AMU students with demonstrable academic excellence and financial need. The Aligarh Alumni Association, Washington, D.C., is a non profit organization committed to promoting the ideals of Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, the founder of Aligarh Muslim University. The association strengthens the AMU community, supports educational initiatives, and fosters a spirit of service and cooperation among its members. The Aligarh Alumni Association, Washington, D.C., founded in 1975, is a non political, non profit, tax exempt, charitable, educational, social, and cultural organization for non alumni and alumni of the Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh, that is in India. The association takes an interest in affairs of the university, runs a scholarship program to help meritorious students from low income families, and organizes social, literary, and cultural programs. So, for with this, I would like to invite Mr. Afzal Usmani sir for today's lecture. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Noshin, for the kind introduction of Legal Alumni Association, Washington, D.C., and myself. Of course, I'm not that esteemed or
Most welcome.
illustrious. I'm not that distinguished and illustrious alumnus of a legal Muslim University. There are many, and I'm just a humble contributor to the industry as well as to the legal movement. And I would like to thank the Renaissance movement to organize this session. So to give me the opportunity not only to introduce the scholarship program of a Legal Alumni Association, Washington, D.C., but also some of the thoughts and feelings of alumni by and large towards the alma mater Legal Muslim University and towards the students community. So let me briefly introduce myself as per the tradition of a Legal Muslim University, that whenever somebody comes, you introduce yourself. So my name is Afzal Usmani. I have completed my 10+2, my BSc engineering. At that time, it used to be BSc engineering, not BTech. Later on, it became BTech and MTech. But when I finished my graduation and post-graduation, it was BSc engineering with electronics. So I did my 10+2 in 1990, then my BSc engineering in 1995, and then my MSc engineering in 1997 with electronics engineering. And for my entire AMU stay, I lived in Allama Iqbal Hall, which used to be Hall of Residence for 11th class student when I joined in 1988. But for one or the other reason, they selected 60 students to remain there in the class 12th. And when we joined the engineering program, and some of my friends or batchmates, they joined other medical and other programs, they remained there. And that by that time, the hall became general and they allowed to basically accommodate other classes students also. And later on, I came to know in 2007 that they reverted it back to make it the +2 boarding house or attached for the +2. Anyway, so that's a brief history. And during my student life, I was also involved, apart from the academics. At that time, at least, there used to be a lot of literary programs. So I was very actively involved in the Badbazi and essay competition. And I was also participating in 2 of the free coaching programs which we used to run in AMU campus for the needy and deserving students. So that was briefly my stay in AMU. Then when I finished my master's, even before finishing my master's, I got a job offer in Delhi. I worked there in Delhi for about 2 years. Then I moved to France for about a year. Then I moved to US for the last 23 years. I've been in the United States, lived in different parts of the country. I joined United States in Phoenix, Arizona, and there with some of my seniors were there. Now, of course, I didn't knew before them, but they were already there. So with their help, we started Aligarh Alumni Association of Arizona. And there also we started a small scholarship program to help the MU students. Then I moved to California for a bit, like for almost about a year, Northern California. And most of you probably know that we have a very strong alumni association in California also. Then I moved to Austin, Texas. For about 7 years, I lived there. And there I started my own website recently. That the website is down for last 3-4 months, and I'm not getting chance to basically update to resurrect again. That's illegalmovement.com, and I have all the contents, and probably inshallah soon I will try to resurrect that website somehow. For some technical reason, it is down. After that, I moved again back to Southern California. I lived there for three years. I was actively involved there also in the alumni affairs. And then at 2015, I moved to Washington, D.C. And for the last 9 years, I am living in Washington, D.C. And for all of you, just to inform or share the information, that Aligarh Alumni Association, Washington, D.C. is one of the oldest continuous functioning alumni association outside of Indian subcontinent. This association was started in 1975 when I was in diapers. And of course, I was not here. And some of the founders are still around. And one of them is Dr. Abdullah Saab, Aisha Pa, Dr. Afzal Usmani, Tariq Farooqi, Farzana Farooqi, and Kabir Malik Saab and all that. So in fact, 9 to 10 founders are still around. They are still in the same area. And I'm blessed to basically, I'm blessed to be in their company and working with them for this association. So first of all, I'd like to share why alumni are so, I don't know about, I'm not going to talk about the politics part of what alumni are doing in India or what alumni are doing in the Middle East, but I'm at least familiar and involved in the alumni affairs of in the United States with different part of the country. And also, probably you may be knowing that we have a federation, like a kind of umbrella body of these 17 alumni associations across United States and Canada, that is called the Federation of AMU Alumni Associations. And last week itself, we had the convention in Georgia, Atlanta, and I was there. And I was honored to be elected as the president of that Federation of Legal Alumni Association of North America. So the question, as I said, I'm going to come back to the scholarship program, but my first thought is that most of you are very young, and some of you may be student also, and some of maybe just pass out from legal. I don't know about you guys, but at least you should be knowing that the AMU alumni have a very distinguished character bonding with their alma mater and the students. I have met so many alumni, they have not been to Aligarh in 30, 40, 50 years. But when you talk to them, they are so passionate about Aligarh, sometimes even it bothers me, like I get amazed that how come they have so much passion for their alma mater and to the student community back home in India or back home in Aligarh. So whenever you talk to them, they will always ask questions about Aligarh, how is the culture, how is the things, how we can help to the students of AMU or how we can help AMU. Of course, one thing is that we need to understand, sometimes a lot of people do comparison also that, hey, IIT alumni are doing this and they are donated this much money to their IIT and why the AMU alumni cannot do. So one thing I want to let you know that, of course, IIT alumni, the IIT is one of the premier institute of India, and the amount of money government of India spend on IT is way, way more than AMU, and you take the cream of the country. And of course, now when they go out there, of course, they're entrepreneurs, they're like top executives and all that. And of course, they earn a lot of money and they give back the money also. But at the same time, I have met many IIT alumni, but I've never found that kind of a passion what I have found from the AMU alumni. So that's for sure. They give the money, that's fine. They give more money than AMU alumni. But the passion and the emotional attachment with the alma mater, I have not found in any of the alumni or any of the alumni group, either from IIT, BITS Plani, and I have met so many alumni, like even Jamia, they are not that compassionate or passionate about their alma mater compared to Aligarh. So that's the key of the AMU alumni. And of course, as I said earlier, that alumni across AMU alumni across the globe, they want to be in touch with AMU. They monitor, they keep a tab on the affairs of AMU. Sometimes it is good, sometimes it's bad also. And I know I've been interacting with a lot of AMU administration, most of previous vice chancellors. I have personally met them, either some of them in United States, some of them in India. When I go to Aligarh, I try to see them and meet them. Sometimes it bothers them that, hey, why you guys are so much involved with the affairs? So I always tell them that, hey, we do not want to get involved with the affairs of AMU, but we are concerned when we see something goes wrong, we are concerned about AMU, we are concerned about the students. And that's what basically that makes the AMU alumni very different than other alumni. And the scholarship program is on the same lines. So question is why the scholarship program was started by AMU Alumni Association of Washington, D.C. long ago. It's not a new program. They started this program in mid-70s because the association was started in 1975. Then they have some process, and once this association was like a little bit functioning, so the first program they started was a scholarship. As you know that one of the associations need in and outside of Indian subcontinent, we have a social need also, because the community what you guys are having in India or the alumni is having in Middle East, you have a large huge community. You have like thousands of people from Aligarh. We don't have thousands of people of Aligarh in every city. So we have a social need also, that we want to sit down with the alumni of different generation, talk about Aligarh. So that's one of our need, and that's why most of the MU alumni associations in North America or other countries, Australia, New Zealand, they do social programs also. They do picnic and they do social gathering, Eid Milan, and other things. People, sometimes I get emails, messages that, hey, you guys are spending a lot of money on picnics and this Eid Milan program, Mushara, what the hell is that? Like, why you're wasting money? So I always explain them, we are not wasting money. This is our social need also, because we have to build a community also here. And that is the community building which help us to run a program like a scholarship. Because if you just go to the alumni or the well-wisher of AMU or well-wisher of the community every time, just with a serious subject that, hey, we need money for the scholarship, we need this thing for AMU, of course they will be bothered. Like, what the hell is that? Every time Afzal Usmani comes or XYZ comes asking me money. So he doesn't come anytime for like in good mood. Let's have a get together. Let's have a dinner. Let's have a lunch and all that. So that's why every country, every alumni group have a different need, and some of needs are their local needs. So social needs. So that's what most of the alumni associations in the United States, you will see that they are organizing. Maybe you are seeing on the Facebook or email networks that they organize picnics, they organize Eid Milan and all that. And so does we. As the Alumni Association of Washington, D.C., we do the same thing. Annually, we organize picnic so that we can have kids of our kids and maybe our senior grandkids of the senior alumni. They can enjoy the picnic. They can meet each other. They know each other. Then we do the Eid Milan program so that we can have a Eid festivity. And similarly, we do the Independence Day is coming. So next month we have a Kavi Sammelan Mushara. So, and just to share with you that our alumni association is unique in the nature that Washington, D.C. Association is the only association across United States who are organizing Hindi, Urdu, Kavi Sammelan and Mushara on the eve of Independence Day, like on the weekend of the Independence Day, to basically invite entire Indian community, irrespective of the language. So we are inviting Hindi poets, also listeners are like non-Muslims and everybody, and so does the Urdu lovers come. So this is like, these are the social aspects of the association they try to do. So as I was saying earlier, so that's how when the alumni get together, so their first concern is AMU and the students of AMU, and they always say how we can help AMU. So as I said, like scholarship program, before that, I will just share one funny incident. I was in Denver, Colorado in 2004 for my official reason. So we gathered the alumni because it was in October month. So as you all know that October month is very sacred to us, and we try to have Associate Day wherever we are. So I was in Denver, Colorado. So I asked my seniors and friends that, hey, why not we can have Associate Day? Honestly, they never had Associate Day in Denver area, Denver, Colorado. So Aftab Bhai and Adil Bhai and some of the seniors said, yeah, Afzal, that's a good idea. Let's do it. So they booked a restaurant and invited all the past colleagues they knew, and we all came together. And there was a very senior colleague, and he was a graduate from mid-70s, and he was having a business there. And he was a Sardarji and Sikh, I forgot the name. So he also came to that, and honest, the moment he came and said, hey, entire lunch is sponsored by me. I'm going to pay for the entire lunch. And one of the funny thing I remember, he asked me when I explained him what kind of things the alumni associations are doing from United States. He said, Afzal, we need to run one more program. I said, what? So he said, can we raise money to provide one good meal to AMU hostel students, because the food was so bad in my time. I still remember that. So, and that was a very funny thing. He still remembered the food, and he was caring about the students of AMU to have a good food at least for one meal a year at least, so that, hey, no, I'm going to sponsor, I'm going to pay as much as I can, so that the student can have a good meal at least once in a year. So So that was very emotional to me. I said, wow, even after so many years, he remembers that, and he want to help back the students of AMU to have a good meal, to the hostel, especially to the hostels, he was saying, to the boys' hostel. So that kind of a feeling you see across the like to among the alumni when you meet them anywhere on the continent. So as I said, like coming back to the scholarship program, so this is these are the basically thought process of AMU alumni to help AMU student. So of course, when you say that, hey, I want to help AMU, the first thing comes how we can help the student, because that is the end goal, because institutions are driven by the students. So helping a student is the main motive. Like even if some of the alumni associations or bodies, they're helping the AMU to build some kind of infrastructure, like one of our life member from Washington Association, Dr. Frank Islam, he donated millions of dollars to establish the Management Institute. He donated $150,000 to establish a mass communication auditorium. But behind the scene, the aim is to help the student to have a better quality of education and better quality of life. So it doesn't matter whether the associations or individuals are helping the AMU to build infrastructure or to run a scholarship program, but end goal is to help the students. And that's what this Aligarh Alumni Association scholarship program is. We want to help the students. So we have a philosophy to help the AMU student. And we are not the only one. There are other alumni associations. I know Michigan is doing that, Alumni Association of Michigan, Alumni Association of Dallas. But I'm going to focus the Aligarh Alumni Association Washington, D.C. scholarship program. As I said, the program was started in mid-70s, and we have a unique model. So what the association does, we raise funds, but we do not distribute the fund as it is. We request the donors to donate money for the scholarship program, and the association invests that money into real investment. And some individuals or committee, or now the fund is managed by the professional funding agency, Fidelity. So we invest that money, and the revenue of that money is distributed as a scholarship. So when we request the donation from the donors, we ask them, hey, do you have any condition behind the scholarship? So let's say, for example, I donated a scholarship that, hey, I want to establish, because the Washington, D.C. Association have a lifetime scholarship program. That means when a donor donates some money, that establishes a lifetime scholarship, one scholarship. So initially, when the program was started, of course, that's why we have a very few number of a scholarship. But as we go around, the funding donation keeps coming. So number of scholarships keep improving, keep adding. So in 70s, it was 10 scholarship. Then in 80s, it became like a 50 scholarship, 90s, 150 scholarship. So now we have 371 scholarship. Last year, that means session 23-24, we gave 371 scholarship. And inshallah, this year we are targeting to 400 scholarship. So that's how every year the scholarship is keep increasing. And the second thing, what we ask the donor, do you have any condition for that? So sometimes some donors said, hey, because I'm from Assam, I want the recipient to be from Assam because I have a special affection for Assam. So one of our donors, Marhum Zokul Chaudhry Saab, he established 40 scholarship only for Assamese students. So similarly, some of the donors said, hey, because I'm from science background or I'm from engineering background, I want the recipient to be engineering. So we put those conditions. Similarly, some of the donors say, hey, because we know that the girls' education or girls are very deprived in our community, we want to help and encourage more and more girls to come forward for the scholarship program. So my scholarship is dedicated to girls. Some of them say, hey, girls from science background. Some say, hey, no, I want girls from the medical background, or some whatever like that. So we take those conditions. So those our scholarships are like a condition. Some of them say, hey, it is open. You can give to any deserving candidate based on the merit cum means basis, any deserving candidate. So that's what we call, some of the scholarships are open to everybody, and some of them they are restricted within the AMU student. So certain discipline, certain state. So when we try to allocate that scholarship, we give preference to that condition. Let's say, for example, Assam scholarship I was talking. So once we get the merit, once we get the application with shortlist, so now we know that, hey, there are, for example, there are 80 applicants from Assam. So, but we have to make sure that 40 scholarship, they are dedicated to Assamese student. So we have to select 40 out of that 80. So the probability of Assamese student getting scholarship becomes more. Similarly, where we have like more than 100 scholarship for girls. So then we say, okay, now there are like a 500 girls applicant or 600 girls applicant. Now we know that we have to make sure that 100 girls should be selected bare minimum there'll be more, but at least minimum 100 has to qualify to get the scholarship, because the donor has put a condition to give those scholarship to the girl student. Similarly, they put a condition that, hey, girls from science background. So all those conditions we have to make sure the donors conditions are respected when we finalize the list. So sometimes we get a lot of emails that, hey, I applied for this scholarship, and my friend also applied, and I had more marks and I am more deserving, but my friend got that scholarship, but I did not got that scholarship. So that is the reason behind that. Sometimes it happens that you have better marks, you are more deserving, but because of the donor's condition, the other girl who has little bit less marks, but she belonged to a particular state or she belonged to a particular discipline, that's why she got preference. It's not because of her name or because of her regional thing. It is because of the donor's condition. And of course, as I said, we respect the donor's condition because we promise them that we will be abide by your condition. Sometime it happens that when let's say Assam is a student example I will take, that let's say there is only 35 applicants from Assam. Now we are helpless. So there are 5 scholarships available, but there are no applicants from the Assam more than 35. So then we go back to the donor's family and said, hey, 5 scholarships are still left. Are you going to relax the condition? So sometimes they respond, sometimes they don't respond, because some of the donors died also. So the organization takes a decision that, hey, because we don't have the application, so that's why we can relax the condition. So Association Scholarship Committee and the Board of Trustees and the Executive Councils, they'd make a decision that, hey, we can relax that condition and give the deserving student outside of that category also. So that sort of things happens in the background, which most of the people are not aware. And as I said, like I get as a chair of the scholarship committee or as a member of scholarship committee, our previous chair, we used to get bombardments of emails that, hey, I didn't receive the scholarship and so received. So of course we cannot tell everything to everybody that this is the philosophy behind that, and these are the rationale behind that. And we have obligation from the donors to fulfill their condition and wish list. And that's why we follow that. So as I said, this is in a nutshell what we do behind the scene. So let me come back to the process. So as I said earlier, this scholarship is only for AMU students. So you have to be an enrolled student of AMU to get this scholarship. Sometimes we get requests that, hey, so-and-so candidate is very bright and she's getting admission into such and such course of AMU. Can you guys help us? So we normally do not, at least from the Illegal Alumni Association, Washington, D.C., it's not possible for us to help that student, even though he or she is well-deserved or deserving student, but because of our conditions, we are not able to help them. And we apologize for that, because they have to be enrolled student. Before enrollment, we can't do anything. So this application is open to all AMU enrolled students for that. And another point I want to mention here, because as I said, our scholarships are lifetime. So when you apply for a scholarship in any course, let's say you are in the BSc first year or BSc Engineering first year or MBBS first year. So if you apply the scholarship and if you get selected for that year, we are committed to give you the scholarship for rest of your course. Like that means if you are in BSc first year, we are going to give you the scholarship until BSc final year for no further interview. The only condition we are having that you should keep your score as like, better is of course preferred, but if not better, then at least maintain the score. It's not that you are getting 75% and after receiving the scholarship you are getting 55%. That will of course that will be a negative aspect, and the scholarship committee may cancel your scholarship, because technically we are helping you. We want you to improve, not to degrade. So that's if you maintain your score, of course, plus one minus couple of percentage here and there, that is acceptable, but not like a 75 to 55 is definitely not acceptable. So if you keep maintaining the score or grade, we will continue your scholarship till the final year of your course without any further interview. Just we need to get a proof that, hey, you completed first year exam and you just apply for a continuation, and here is the proof of your successful completion of the last year. Then we'll give you a scholarship without any interview and all that. But anyway, coming back to the interview, I will talk about that. So this is the regular process of the scholarship, that we try to invite the application as soon as the admission is completed. But it happens sometimes that you all know AMU more than me, that admission process is sometimes delayed because of one or the other reason. University is closed, or last 3-4 years because of 2-3 years because of the COVID also, a lot of things happen and sometimes get delayed. But our goal is to start the application process by as soon as the admission is completed. So we are in direct touch with the AMU Alumni Affairs Committee headed by Professor Sufyan Beg Sahab, who was also one of my teacher. He taught me one course for 1 month when I was in third year of engineering. He was just a new lecturer at that time. But anyway, so he is the Alumni Affairs Chair. So we are always in touch with the AMU Alumni Affairs Committee to get the first-hand information that when the admission process is complete so that we can start the scholarship process. So as soon as the admission is complete, we will send an email or press release to entire student community that through AMU Alumni Affairs Committee also, through Facebook and through all the possible channels. And now we know the Aligarh Renaissance group also. So inshallah, we'll share the information with you guys also so that you can share with your group and student community to apply for the scholarship. So we have let me share, we have a portal that, and I'll come back, sorry. So earlier we used to get the application from the Sultan Jahan Manzil, which is the Muslim Social Uplift Society. They were also having an online portal, but recently I came to know, I spoke to Professor Kidwai Saab and Abrar Saab, who was dealing our program. Their website is down, some issues that happened. So, and previously we also started our own portal called Aligarh. I will share the screen with you. Give me 1 second. Let me share the screen. Okay, so do you see the screen? Can someone confirm that this is the screen is available for you?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
Thank you. So this is our application portal, aligarhscholarships.us. So once we issue the press release, the students can go. Of course, they have to create an account, just like any other thing. You can create the account, and it's a very interactive process. You can update the information. If you are a new applicant, you can start from the scratch. If you are a continuation case, you can still use your old profile and then basically update your information. And you can change the photo, whatever your photograph or anything. Thank you. Okay. So basically you can apply and update the information, and if you're, as I said, you're a new applicant, then you will go through the whole process. They will ask some of the most of the needed document, and I want to assure through your channel and everybody that whatever the document we receive, it is confidential with us. We do not share with anybody. So when I say anybody, means anybody other than the association scholarship committee and the board of trustees, just for the review. We do not give any document to anybody. So if you share anything, if I don't know whether Aadhaar number is there or not, but your cell phone number, your email address, we do not share with any organization, because sometimes we get requests that they know that we have a lots of email. They want to, for their own information dissemination, they want the email, but we do not share. We only use those email to disseminate scholarship program related information or events. That's only use we have for those emails. Otherwise, we do not share with anybody. So when you apply, and if there is any what you call shortcoming in the application form, myself and the team here, the scholarship committee, they monitor that program. And then basically, if there is any deficiency in your application, they will share that up. They will revert back that, hey, this document is missing or this information is missing, so that they will give you an opportunity to complete that application. And then basically, once the application is complete, then we take it, and basically we have a formula called merit cum means basis, that we that also ask how many family members you have, how many like a dependent you have, how many earning members in your family, because that is part of the criteria to get accurate information, so that we can basically quantify the means. Because merit we can quantify with your marks, but quantification of the means is the toughest part. So because one person, like if the family income is, just I'm giving a rough example, like 25,000 per month, and they just have one dependent, and whereas the other person has like a 40,000 monthly income, but they have a 10 dependent. So that makes a lot of difference. So your dependent, how many dependents in the family are there, that also matters. So that's why some people ask me that, why you are asking that kind of information. So I just want to share with you that that helps in our calculation to justify the means. So, and we are hoping that they provide the right kind of information, because it is injustice if you do not provide right kind of information, and just to get this scholarship, you are depriving somebody else right. So be honest, because you are accountable for that. Of course, maybe you can trick alumni association, you can trick the interview panel and all that, but you cannot trick Allah. So always be honest, because nobody is going to your home to check how many dependents you have. We trust you, we trust the students, so that's why we expect that they should fill the right information, so that we can have a right kind of a decision for their scholarship receive. So once we get all that information, so based on, as I said, based on that criteria, that what is the income they are having per family member, so that defines the means criteria. Then we have, for last 2 years, we started an interview process. So at the Alumni Affairs Committee, we have like more than 20 staff members. Alhamdulillah, I'm very blessed to be in the company of good people at AMU, that Professor Ikram Khan, who's currently the chairman of electronics department, and also the coordinator of a scholarship program in Aligarh. He's leading that effort. And Professor Sufyan Beg Sahab and Professor Umar Farooq, Professor Athar Ali, Professor Muhammad Ashraf, Professor Muhammad Mubin, and so many other faculty members of AMU came forward to help us to interview the student, to basically identify the right student to be awarded the scholarship. And as I said, like once that process is, they based on the merit means, they make a recommendation to us that, hey, based on our interview, based on our information, these are the deserving student. And now we take that list, and we, of course, as I said, like based on the donor's condition, we have to fill that condition. Because, for example, as I said earlier, like they give us merit, all the, because normally they do not that qualification that, hey, how many students. We inform them that, hey, we have to make sure that at least more than 40 students are from Assam student, and more than 100 so many girls student has to be there from different category. But at least, but once we get that list, we map them to the individual scholarships, that, hey, this scholarship of donated by X Mr. So and so will go to so and so student. So now that means every scholarship is mapped to a particular student, and we send that information, like just not the personal information, we just send the students information that, hey, Mr. So and so, your donation, your scholarship is awarded to Mr. Kafil or Mr. XYZ, and he's a student of BSc Engineering 3rd year, and his merit is this, and his means are when this, is a very well-deserving student, and that's why we are giving this scholarship to him. So all those information is shared with the donor, just to keep them in loop, that, hey, your money is going to the right place, and these are the students, those who have received that scholarship. So let me share a couple of more things before I open the session for question. Hope it's not too long, it's not too boring. Hello? Any
No,
comments?
sir,
It's not boring at all, sir. It's not boring.
it's quite interesting also.
Okay, thank you. That's good. So let me share one more. Just I want to, because there are many people behind the scene who basically work for the scholarship program. It's not only that maybe you are seeing only the chairman or some person XYZ, but there are many people behind the scene working for the scholarship program to make it a grand success. So let me share the screen again. Just I want to acknowledge some of the people involved. So this is a brief presentation I recently, last week, I made to the convention of AMU Alumni Associations in Atlanta. So this is our website, AAADC.org, which is association's website, and there's a page on the scholarship program. So that has a lot of details and history of the scholarship program. So this is the process. So you can see these are the numbers that how many scholarships were, like I started like from 2003 to a 60 scholarship, and keep increasing. You say we have reached close to 400. So this is the scholarship committee we have. We have Mr. Tariq Farooqi Saab. He's very senior colleague, and he did engineering in 60s. When, as I said, I was not even born. So he is one of the founder of the association, and he is part of the scholarship committee for long time. And you see another person here on the left side, Dr. Abdullah. He is also one of the founder of the association, and he's a part of the scholarship program from the very inception, from the beginning. Then you have Khurshid Usmani. And by the way, he's not from India, or he's originally from India, but he was born in Pakistan and then came to United States. And even though he's not from Aligarh Muslim University, but he's part of the association and he's involved very much in the scholarship program. So as I said earlier, this associations, they have memberships are open to everybody, and anyone who believes in the ideology of Sir Sayyid Ahmad Khan to help the community to empower the community through education, they can join the association and they can join the program. So Khurshid Bhai is one of the example, and another example is that Nasreen Khan. She's also not from Aligarh. She was born and brought up in Nagpur, and she never came to Aligarh. Incidentally, she married to an Ali. So that's how she got connected with the Aligarh Association, and she's a very dedicated volunteer for the association, involved in many, took many offices and programs. So currently she is a member of scholarship program. Then we have Muhammad Rashid Saab, he's a league, and we have Aslam Azad, who's currently the president of the association, and myself. So we have like you can see 5 leagues and 2 non-leagues. They are running the program. Then we have an investment committee that means the money, how the money will be invested so that we can have a maximum return, and then we can distribute the scholarship. So this is one of the thing I wanted to share before we end this session from my side at least, that the amount 15,000 is not a random amount. So people ask me sometimes that, hey, how you decided this 15,000? Some association do this, some association do this amount. So at Washington Association, we have a philosophy that we every 2-3 years, we try to evaluate the average cost of living in AMU campus. When I say AMU campus, I mean hostel. So we try to evaluate the average cost of a student. Of course, it varies between different courses, like the medical student, they have a high fee, engineering student, they have a little bit lower fee, arts faculty, arts student, they have a little bit lower fee, but the hostel cost is almost same. So we take a mean and average of the cost, and it came out to be 2 years ago in 2022. The last evaluation was done, because before that we were giving 10,000 rupees for the scholarship amount. So in 2022, when we evaluated, the average cost came out to be 30,000 per student. So we have a philosophy that we will give 50% of the average cost to AMU student to help them, so that 50% they can get from the family or generate, and 50% we are providing. So that's the philosophy behind the amounts. Every 2-3 years, we evaluate the cost of living in AMU campus, and based on that, based on the feedback, and we involve students also, we involve our recipients, we involve AMU alumni affairs, some of the faculty members, our interview panel, so that we can get the right. And university brochure is also one of the things that defines how many fees they are charging for the admission, for the regular classes, and hostel fee. So based on that, we come up with the average number, and we give a uniform amount to everybody. So our scholarship is not discrete. We do not give the, like a medical student, they have more fees and all that, but somehow we are not in a position based on the donor's condition to give different amounts. So we decided we will give uniform amount to every course, every student. Our 15,000 amount is for everyone, irrespective of their course and classes. And as I said, like we every 2-3 years we try to evaluate the cost, and we change the amount. So if you look at like last 15-20 years history, the scholarship amount was 5,000, then became 8,000, then became 10,000. Now it's 50,000, because last cost of living was a really big jump of inflation and all that. So that's why we jumped from 10,000 to 15,000. So next year probably we are again going to evaluate, and if the cost of living has gone up, we'll definitely change the amount. So that is in a nutshell the program is, and inshallah the goal of the scholarship committee is to probably, we are in touch with the alumni affairs and university administration. Once we get the information that, hey, admissions are closed, we'll launch so invite the application from the AMU students community through the online portal aligarhscholarships.us. And once we will have a deadline, after the deadline, we evaluate the applicants, and based on the criteria, we share with the AMU alumni affairs, and then we start the interview process. So once that panel basically they makes their recommendation, we basically fill in the donor's condition, and we announce the final result. This year it was a little bit late for many technical reasons. some of the things, I mean, even personal reason, because I was a bit sick in February when we were supposed to do. I was in hospital for a couple of weeks and I was on bed rest for 3-4 weeks, and also that's why the program got delayed this year. So if any one of you or your friends or family member were affected, I really extend unconditional apology from our side, because for so many like good reasons it was delayed, but it was not supposed to be delayed, and we of course we try to be in time. So our goal is to, by end of December or early January, the money should be distributed to the students. So that's what the program is in nutshell. And if you have any question, any concern, feel free to ask me, and if I have the answer, I will answer. If I do not have the answer, I will request you to, I will get back to you guys on that subject. Once again, thank you from my side for giving me the opportunity and to introduce the association, the alumni's feeling, and the scholarship program. And at the last, I say, trust me that AMU alumni across the globe, maybe you don't see sometime, they are concerned about you, they care about you, they care about the institution to the best of their abilities and capacities. So it's not, I have not met any AMU alumni so far. I have traveled across United States and Middle East and met so many alumni. Of course, some are able, some are active, some are not active, but their concerns are common. They want to help the AMU students. They want to help them. They want them to prosper and grow their career. So, and as I said, like anytime we have many organizations who give scholarships from different aspects. So I was explaining the aspect of the illegal alumni associations, Washington, D.C., but there are other organizations who give scholarships. They have a different condition, they have different criteria. So every association or organization, they have their own criteria. So you can apply to other association, but at the same time, recently, as I said, Sufyan Beg Saab was in Atlanta, and we had a discussion, and we are working on a common model so that we have a homogeneous scholarship program, at least from United States and Canada, so that the students can apply to the same application and the same selection process, and everyone get a fair chance. It's not that, hey, one is got a scholarship from Washington, that is a different amount, and they got from them got to Michigan, they have a different amount, different criteria. So we are working on that. It's a work in progress. We have not made any decisions or agreements so far, but the discussion has started, and soon you will hear that, inshallah, if everything goes well, we'll try to have a homogeneous program. Once again, thank you very much, and feel free to ask questions. And at least from my side, I'm done. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. I want to ask a question that I am a chemical engineering student. I am completed my second year. Sir, should I fill from start this scholarship again?
For sure,
From
there is no restriction when to start the scholarship. Even if you are in third year, final year, you can start anytime. But as I said, that continuity will start from wherever you start. So you are in second year. So let's say you qualify this year. So now second year, third year, final year, we are committed to give you the scholarship if you maintain your grade.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So there's no other question.
Sir, registration of the scholarship is starting
So
or
register
not?
as I said, like right now, we have not started the process for 2024-2025 session. 23-24 is completed, and the already list has been shared with the MU Alumni Affairs, and checks have been distributed, or the process is already started. But 2024 and 25, we have not started because the admission process is still going on. So we are just waiting for the signal from MU Alumni Affairs Committee that, hey, admissions are closed, or the students have already arrived to the campus for different classes, so we can start the process. So my last discussion I had with Professor Sufyan Beg and Professor Ikram Khan Saab, that most probably will start sometime in the mid of August. We'll try to have a press release to start the program for this year.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, Assalamu alaikum.
Awesome.
Sir, I have completed my 10th this year, but right now I'm completing my 11th from different routes. So can I apply to the scholarships?
No, I didn't got your questions. You completed what?
I completed my 10th this year. from AMU Girls School.
You completed your 10th class.
Yes, sir. Right now
Okay.
I'm in 11th,
Okay,
but I'm not completing my 11th from AMU.
that's fine. So
Can
you are, as long as you are an enrolled student of AMU, you are eligible to apply.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, doesn't have to complete any course from AMU. As long as you are an enrolled student of AMU of any class, 11th, engineering, medical, any class. As long as you are a
Okay, sir.
regular student, go ahead.
Okay, we have to be internal for this. Sorry.
Yeah, internal, external definition is like, as I said, if you are an enrolled student of AMU, you are eligible to apply.
Yes, sir. Yes, okay. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Sir, Assalamu alaikum.
Also.
I would like to ask, will the forms roll out through the online medium or offline medium?
No, it will be online. There's no application form, so you have to use the online portal to apply. And if you have any difficulty, feel free to reach out to us that, hey, I'm unable to do that. But most of the time, so far, because we have already gone through that cycle last year, we have not, whatever the complaint we got last year, we already fixed those issues in the web portal. So you should be applying from there, because that's the easiest way we can access from here and we can evaluate from here, instead of getting a physical form, then convert that to an Excel sheet. And it's a lengthy process and labor consuming process. So online is the easiest way.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. So how many okay, alhamdulillah, we have almost 72 participants. That's good.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Salam. Please go ahead.
I ask that do we have to pay the scholarship money after completing our degree, like when we are capable of earning?
That's a very good point you raised, and I'm sorry I totally forgot that aspect. I wanted to emphasize that two things. We are, first of all, of course, we do not have any requirement from our side to give back the money to us, but we encourage and we request that once you finish your course, you come into your real life, your career, and if you are, alhamdulillah, settled down, you should either participate in our program same way, or wherever you are, if you can establish something similar, whatever city, country you're living, if that has any local program like that, you are encouraged to join and start. If the program is already there, it's better to join that program. And if your city is not having such kind of a program, you are always welcome to join us. And as I said, we take donations from every part of the world. We are registered as a non-profit organization. We are capable of taking donations online, offline, and we can basically, you can establish a scholarship from anywhere. And it's just to let you know, someone is asking anything? Okay. So just to let you know that some of the people who are still living in India, they have already established a scholarship with our program. And some of my own friends from even Singapore and other countries, they have already invested in our program. So you can invest in our program from anywhere. But as I said, like we don't have any precondition from our side. It's not a loan, it's a scholarship. But of course, we encourage you to basically do the same thing when you are in the real life and you are settled down. Only one request I will have with everyone, that when you finish your course of education from AMU, if you inform us, if you communicate to us that, hey, I've completed my engineering or I completed my medical, I've settled down here, and your scholarship program has helped me to achieve my goal, that will be very appreciated, because we look for success. Because sometimes a donor asks like, hey, what impact your program is making on the students? Do you have the success stories? So we will love to hear from you when you complete this your course of education, and when you get a job or you establish your own practice, you establish your own business or anything. So if you share your thought and if you communicate to us, And just a small letter will be more than enough. You just say, hey, thank you for your program. Your program helped us, and your program benefited me. I was one of the beneficiary, and now, alhamdulillah, I'm having a good job, or family, and or maybe I'm having my own practice and all that. If you can give us that kind of a letter, that will be highly appreciated. And as I said, you can join the program back. That will be the most effective thing to have a continuous process.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
Am I audible, sir?
Sure, clear. आप लोग उर्दू में भी पूछ सकते हैं अगर किसी
जी
को.
sir, I want to ask sir, is there any scholar?
आपकी आवाज कट गई जो है.
Is there any scholarship provide you sir for other university like Jamia Millia Islamia students, sir?
Yes, not from the Aligarh Alumni Association of Washington, D.C., but I am also involved in another program called Aligarh Education Endowment Fund. And that is scholarship, and same thing with Aligarh Alumni Association of Northern California. So the scholarship program run by the Aligarh Education Endowment Fund is for national, for any university, any college. So if you go to aef.us, you will find more information about that program, and that is open for everybody.
Please again, sir, website. Please send in the message, sir.
I'll put in the message aef.us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. As I was saying, if you are hesitant, please you can ask the question in Urdu also. मैं उर्दू भी बोल सकता हूँ, ऐसी बात नहीं है. So, लेकिन मैंने देखा कि प्रोग्राम की शुरुआत अंग्रेजी में हुई, तो मैं उसी को मैंने कंटिन्यू रखा. लेकिन आप उर्दू में पूछना चाहें तो बिला झिझक पूछ सकते हैं, कोई ऐसा मसला नहीं है. और कोई इसमें language should not be a barrier. So language is just the means of communication. So अगर आप उर्दू में बोलना चाहें, feel free. और बल्कि अभी हमारे साहबजादे आकर गए, मुझसे कह रहे थे कि आप उर्दू में क्यों नहीं बोल रहे हैं. तो because he loves Urdu, of course, he's still learning, but he loves Urdu.
So true, sir. Actually, I have got this scholarship this year. Actually, Washington DC scholarship.
Oh, thank you. So are the class 9 students of MU scholarship eligible to apply for this scholarship? Oh, that's a good question. So far, we have not received any application from the university school students, but that's a good point to ponder, and I will definitely get back to the scholarship committee and the board of trustees to ask about that, because technically they are also MU students, and we should be able to do that. But anyway, I will not be able to make a announcement here or comment here, but I will get back to you, and definitely in our forthcoming press release, I will make that point clear that whether the university students, school students are eligible for the scholarship or not, because so far no one has asked. This is the first time someone is asking, so thank you for that question, and I will definitely discuss this with the committee and the board of trustees to look into that. No, you are not audible. आप थोड़ा साफ बोलें, आवाज आपकी नहीं आ रही है. नहीं.
हेलो.
आपकी आवाज हेलो तक तो आ रही है, उसके आगे नहीं आ रही है. मे बी
सर अब आ रही है?
अब आ रही है.
सर मैं कह रही थी, हम लोगों को फॉर्म कब से फिल करना अलाउड है?
आपकी आवाज
फॉर्म कब से फिल कर सकते हैं?
आपकी आवाज कट रही है मुझे. एटलीस्ट कैन यू पुट इन द चैट बॉक्स में लिख सकते हैं आप, तो क्लियर हो जाएगा. अगर आवाज नहीं आ रही तो चैट बॉक्स में लिख दें. एंड आई सी अ मैसेज फ्रॉम उमर सलीम पीरजादा साहब. By the way, Umar is my classmate. We were in the same class in class 11th and 12th. So he's my classmate, as a good friend of mine. So we know each other from 1988. We were in the same hostel, same class, same section. So what's okay?
सर आप फिर से एक बार वेबसाइट का नाम बता दीजिए सर प्लीज.
Okay, the scholarship. So let me tell you. Okay, I'll write down in the chat box. So as I said, once we will issue the press release that will have every information, even the scholarships website and our association website. If you go to this website, this will have more information about the association. Oh, it's going to everyone. Hold on. I think it's going to only one person. Let me change that. Sorry. So hold on. Why it's going to one person? Hold on. Oh, sorry. No, I have to go everyone. Sorry, my mistake. It was okay. So this is the link I just shared. That's a Aligarh Scholarships .us is the main scholarship link where the applications will be invited, and this is only for AMU. And if you go to AligarhDC.org, this is the website of our association, Aligarh Alumni Association of Washington DC. And someone was asking about the Jamia Millia or other university students. So as I said, we have another organization called Aligarh Education Endowment Fund, which was also established by the AMU alumni, especially Dr. Shahir Khan, Mr. Umar Farooq, and myself. We were involved there. So this will provide a scholarship to even students beyond AMU, not necessarily in Jamia, but anywhere, IIT, Jamia, or anywhere, Bengal, Gujarat, Maharashtra, whatever. So that is open for everyone. And we do not differentiate irrespective of the caste, color, creed, religion. These scholarship, all these scholarships are open for everybody. If you are based on the merit means, if you qualify into that criteria, you are qualified, irrespective of your region or religion or caste, color, creed. We don't distinguish or differentiate anyone. Our motto is to help the student in terms of their education.
Hello, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum.
Sir, I have a question on the behalf of my brother that he has completed his BA first year from AMU, but now he got selected in Jamia Millia Islamia for BLL. So he should have an enrollment number, or he should complete his degree from AMU, then only he can apply for a scholarship.
If he is not an enrolled student because he just completed first year and moved to Jamia, so now he became a Jamia student. So because you cannot be a student of two different college or university at a given point of time. So technically he's a Jamia student. So of course he's not eligible for the scholarship program by Legal Alumni Association of Washington, DC. But being as a Jamia student, he can apply to the Legal Education Endowment Fund scholarship, and they will be ready to help him, inshallah. As I said, like the bottom line is, when you are applying, you have to be a student of AMU. That's period. There's no ifs and buts there. So whenever you are applying, you have to be a student. Let's say you completed BSc and you are planning to do MSc from somewhere else, or because you have not taken admission that year, you are preparing some competitive exams. So I'm sorry, at least the Aligarh Alumni Association Washington DC will not be able to consider your case for any scholarship because you do not have admission in AMU. So to get this scholarship, you need to have the admission in AMU. Okay, so that is the minimum eligibility. Is you need to be a student of AMU.
So guys, now we'll have our last question. Anyone here for the question?
So if not,
Anyone?
No one is there.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful and fruitful lecture. Now I would like to call Miss Mariam Khan, student of Aligarh Muslim University, for the vote of thanks. Mariam, please.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you, sir, for your fruitful lecture. On behalf of all participants, I, Mariam Khan, would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the Aligarh Renaissance for hosting this informative and engaging interactive session. We appreciate the efforts taken to organize this event, which has provided us with valuable info into the scholarship program offered by the Aligarh Alumni Association, Washington, D.C. Our special thanks to Mr. Afzal Usmani, a distinguished AMU alumnus and senior principal in a leading aerospace and defense company in the US, for sharing his expertise and experiences with us. Your guidance and advice have been truly enlightening. We also express our heartfelt thanks to Mr. Asfar Ali Khan, Director of Aligarh Renaissance, for his tireless effort in making this session a successful. Your dedication to promoting educational opportunities and supporting students is truly commendable. Thank you once again to the entire team of Aligarh Renaissance for this wonderful initiative. We look forward to more such informative and engaging sessions in the future. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. I will sign out because I have to go another meeting for my office. So once again, thank you very much and all the best for you guys. And feel free to reach out to me if you have any question, concern, and if there is any way I'll be able to help you. Inshallah, I will try my best to help you. On behalf of the Aligarh Alumni Association, Washington, D.C., I would like to thank the Renaissance group and movement for giving me the opportunity to share about the program and the association. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.